Whoa, so I am traveling to Spain soon, and I'm getting excited because I get to do some shopping there. Let me put these away. It's just going to take me a second. I was just watching some movies from Spain, some movies that are part of the gray market. And today, that's what we're about to talk about here on the Call to Cinema. There's really three types of markets. There's the gray market, there's the black market, and there's the white market. The white market is your basic legitimate release. This is the Scream Factory release for Nightmares. You got about it straight from I bought this one at HMV, but you can buy straight from the company. It's an official Scream Factory release. Has a nice case and stuff like that, and it's good. A black market release is something that is completely illegal. It's not legit at all. It's been made without the permission of anybody, and it skirts the law in whatever country that it's in. You'll often find black market releases on eBay and sometimes in Amazon stores. A gray market release is the in between place. It's not coming directly from the distribution or rights holders. You're not usually going to see a gray market release that's been put together like a boutique label with they remastered it with a new scan and all this type of stuff. They'll get the best master that they possibly can from the best source that they can, and you'll often see it along the lines of something like this Hitcher release right here. This release is a gray market release. It comes from Spain. I bought this at Fnac for under 10 euros. It comes with a English 5.1 DTS HD master for the audio, and for the Spanish, it gets a 5.1 and 2.0 master, and for the Italian, German, and French audio, it's got 2.0 masters. As you can see, it's got a lot of different countries audio, and there's for subtitles we get Spanish, English, French, German, Italian, and Portuguese subtitles. It also comes with a 30-minute making of and the trailer as well, which lets you see how much better this actually looks in the trailer. I'm sure this probably doesn't look as good as the new release that came from I think it was Second Sight Umbrella put out this release, but it is actually a really good looking copy of the film, and I enjoy it. And I just really like that film. Because of that release, I might actually pick up a standard edition of like the Second Sight or Umbrella release, just to have like those extra features that are probably there, as long as there's some good extra features there. A gray mark release is exactly what it sounds like. It's in a gray area. It's not coming directly from the company, but it's not legal either. And how does that work exactly? How is a black market release legal when a gray market release is not? Well, it's pretty simple. In Spain in 2007, in order to protect like filmmakers and producers and distributors from Hollywood's overreach, and to actually protect the film industry in Spain, there was a law that was announced, and it was put out to protect filmmakers and Spanish companies from getting overrun by releases from other countries. To have money like made within the country, and through that became the legal loopholes and the little things that made the gray market. It's not a bootleg. It's not a black market release. And it's often not as shoddy as a black market release. You can get a shoddy gray market release, so always research ahead of time. But it's a release that is it's on that gray area, and some people aren't okay with the gray area. But if you live in an area like I do in Morocco, where there is no physical media that you can buy, and you can fly to Spain or somewhere like that, really, it's for extremely cheaply, and go shop for some physical media. The gray market is a very, very wonderful place to pick up some releases. I enjoy my gray market titles, and I got a few of them, and you never know, you may see some more before the end of this video. Fnac is the HMV Sunrise Records of Europe. You see it in Spain, you see it in Paris. It's a place where you can go buy books, video games, movies, and it's as legit as any other place out there. It does have the gray mark releases in Spain because the gray mark releases are legal, regular releases, the same as a Scream Factory or any of those are, according to Spanish laws, and you often see them in stores. You see a lot of different releases in, like say, in a Fnac that you wouldn't see in other places. I think it was um, during the time that it came out about the big Nightmare on Elm Street set. Now this isn't the gray market thing, but this is just an aside that people started to talk about Fnac because Fnac had put up because Fnac does gets all the legit releases. I think Fnac in Paris put up the pre-order for the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, which let people know, oh, there is a Nightmare on Elm Street set coming out in 4K. So that put Fnac in people's minds. Now, for me, I've been going to Fnac for over a year now, and I'm a massive fan of there. I love the one in Paris. It's massive, and people are so excited to go into it. The one I go into in Spain has a smaller selection, but it has some really nice stuff. You can find a lot of stuff like through Fnac, but you can also go into Amazon Spain, which is Amazon.es, to find a lot of the gray market releases. Always do your research ahead of time to check on the film. I know that around 4 years ago when True Lies came out on Blu-ray in Spain, that became a massive deal because nobody ever thought True Lies would get a blue market or a Blu-ray or 4K release. And after the 4K came out, some people still like the gray market one better because, yeah, there were a lot of issues with the 4K one. I've never picked it up, but it's the actual legit release is in Spain, as well as, but I could still go there and pick up the Blu-ray gray market release of True Lies if I wanted to, probably for between €6 and €8, which is significantly cheaper than it would be for the 4K release. And from what I hear, maybe a bit closer to what the actual picture should look like. With that being said, I do think that the gray market is a wonderful place to get some releases. Here, for instance, is a Stepfather. I'd wanted this movie for years. I remember trying to order from Snaps' website, and they had a sale on. I was living in St. John's, and I had Stepfather and a couple other releases around like $300 worth of movies I was going to buy. And that entire time, the website didn't work for me. I couldn't get anything to put through. I contacted Snaps several times. They never responded. So it lost me $300. I never tried to order from them directly again. I said, "Oh, if I'm going to find Snaps, I'm going to find them in the wild." Maybe there's a lot of issues. I don't know. But at this point, this is the only version of the Stepfather that I can get. Now, this has come out recently from Shout Factory. Will I buy the Shout Factory release? Maybe. I'll check the features. Here's the thing. A gray mark release doesn't take away from legitimate releases. That's the argument that a lot of people are going to give you against the gray market, is that if somebody buys a $6, like €6 release, that it's taking the money away from Shout Factory. A lot of people are going to buy a release like this, and if they're really big fans of the film, then they're going to go out and buy the second sight, Umbrella, whatever edition of it that came out. Because here's the thing. If you like Stepfather and and you're a real big fan of it, you're going to be that person that's going to go out there and buy that Blu-ray and buy that 4K. If you're not, this isn't going to make any difference to whether you buy it or not, because you were never going to buy that 4K or special edition in the first place. You probably would have found it online or watched it streaming, or found a maybe a DVD in a charity shop. But at least this way, it's in a bit better quality for you, and it may entice you once you see it in better quality than you will on a streaming service. Even like Amazon's website, for instance, you can often go on there and find films that can be in some pretty bad quality copies. The same thing happens with Tubi. You roll the dice when you go online, and it could be like a bad copy. It could be bad internet at the time. It could be a whole lot of factors, and it could make you go away from the film with a bad taste in your mouth and say, you know what, I don't need that film. Getting a gray market copy of a film with decent quality and sometimes with like different features is a great way to entice somebody that may not been going to go out and buy The Hitcher or Stepfather or something like that, to go out and buy a bigger release from a company because they find that it's a movie that they really like and that they really enjoy. So gray market I find doesn't take away from legitimate releases. If anything, I think it can help promote a white market release. I don't buy black market, but I have no problem with the gray market, and I do find that it is a good way not for me to just get some films that I want to watch, but to decide the type of films that I want to buy in the white market when I do get to Paris or London or Canada. There's a chance that that you have gray market releases, if you're a big collector curator of films, there's a big chance that you probably got some in your collection, you don't even know it. I would say look into, like, if you bought anything that has like from Spain, if you bought media books from Germany, oftentimes some of those are gray market releases. So there's a whole ton of different like aspects to it. Let me know what your thoughts on the gray market is down below. Let me know if you have any gray market like titles yourself, and if there's anything there that would interest you to pick up. If you've ever kind of got intrigued by it, and if you like me, like see red every time somebody calls the gray market the black market, because that's one of those things that annoys me. Anyway, my name's Aaron. This is the Call to Cinema, and I am probably going to be traveling soon. So will I be coming back with hopefully some good, a nice haul with some really interesting gray market releases? We'll see. See you soon. Oh God. Oh, subscription sloth here. Just want to remind you that I know in the summertime especially it can be super warm and lazy. But if you're liking this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to go that step further and join the Patreon, there's a link for that down below. You can super sticker, super chat, or donate. But above all, just lie back and enjoy the video, because that's what I'm going to do. If you stay for the after credit sequences, we're going to look at these. I already showed you The Hitcher and The Stepfather. Let's look at a couple more of these gray market releases here. Here is Moon Over Scorpio. This got a release from 88 Films in the Slasher Classics collection. I got this for, I think, around €3 at a CX. And I'm glad I did, because even though this has a great cast, this is at best an okay film. Not something that I would that I'm glad I didn't pick up like any like $50 edition of this one. One of the interesting ones was the original Black Christmas is my favorite films. This is not one of my favorite films, but I do think it is fun, cheesy, and schlocky. This is the Black Christmas 2006 remake, I think it's 2006, Blu-ray. And what's cool about this one is this has all the featurettes that were on the Canadian release. So you get the 28-minute making of the trailer. You get another 26-minute featurette. You get 3 different alternate endings. Another 7-minute featurette, and trailer. So a whole bunch of stuff on here. Also, picked up some just interesting stuff as well. This is Slithis. Would I have bought this if it wasn't a gray mark release? This is one where you really want to, you're taking your chances, right? So like some of them, much like the Warner Archives releases, can be burned on demand, and you don't really know unless you check it out ahead of time. So the ones I just showed you, they're all pressed discs. This one over Slithis, as you can tell, right there, is a burn on demand disc. I knew this going in; it was only like €4, so it was a pretty cheap buy. I got a couple burn on demand ones here actually. I'm a big Pete Walker fan. This was the only Pete Walker one I didn't have, and again, I found this one for like €2 at CX. So it was easy decision to buy this. And the thing is, they don't lie to you about these releases often, because what they'll do is they'll put right in the back, like, this is a Blu-ray R. So you know that's a burn on demand right there. This is Piranha 2, which is one of my Better Half's favorites. This comes with the trailer. One of the neat things about buying a gray market disc that often you don't get from especially in the UK for some odd reason, is that they'll stick with English only. But let's just say if you're like me, and you know people that speak different languages. I know people that speak French. I know people that speak Spanish. There's people that speak Portuguese, and it's nice to have like different options for films, especially if they have their kids or like teenagers come over and they don't speak English. If there's movies that they can watch, and the gray market gives a lot of different options for that. I adore this film. As you can see, it's a press disc. So cool. The Grunion Run type scene from that. A favorite of mine is Watcher. I love this movie. It's from the Dean Koontz novel, and Corey Haim is in this one, and of course the unforgettable Michael Ironside is so good in this movie. Just such a good review on this film, by the way. Such a good review. And again, it's another press disc, so it's a good one. I picked up Prophecy, the John Frankenheimer film. Again, another nice press disc on this one here as well. A lot of different options when it comes to the audio, and that really is a big thing for me. I didn't want to get the Vinegar Syndrome edition because I'd heard so much bad stuff about it, but I love Jenny Agutter and Michael Moriarty, so I knew I had to have Dark Tower, and I got it extremely cheap, and I was so excited to get it. I like me some Freddie Francis, so Carol Lindley is in this one as well. It's a big cast. It always gets crapped on, but get it at the right price. There you go. This is, of course, The Deadly Spawn, also known as Return to Deadly Spawn, and again, another really cool release that I remember having the VHS of when I was a kid, on those big box VHSs. One of the Frankenstein movies that I really wanted, and was so excited to get this one here. This one is kind of a Blu-ray R, so this one is a burn one. But then again, so is a lot of those Warner Archives. So let's be honest here, right? Because some of these are actually decent quality. And this one is actually. This is Frankenstein: The Monster from Hell. This is the last Frankenstein film made from Hammer Films, and we got like Shane Bryant, Peter Cushing, David Prowse, Madeline Smith is in this one. The great Patrick Troughton, and so many others. And one more that I wanted to show right here is The Flesh and the Fiends, and again another really cool film that I just love. And I love me some Peter Cushing, man. So there you go. There is a bunch of my gray market releases. I'm super stoked to have them. And if there's something that I really like, and they put out a really sexy edition of something with a whole bunch of features, having the gray market release would encourage me rather than discourage me for buying it. So hopefully it'll do the same for you. And check out some great mic releases and let me know what you think. See you next time.